Hello, this is Brenda Bates, Medicine Woman, and this is Medicine Women Reveal. With me tonight is
Jen Toffel, Medicine Woman.
And with me is
Scott Bates,
my husband. And it's always great to have both of you here with me. So we never know what we're going to talk about, laugh about, or learn about. So I love to talk, but hey, I also love callers. So I see we have one in queue. Jen?
Yes, we do. Area code 661. You are on the air.
I wondered if you had a voice. Hello?
Hi, this is Erin. I was wondering if you could give me a general read.
You bet. Okay, so all she's asking for is a general reading. And mine are not always just general. Now, I don't know. Okay, that's funny. All I keep seeing is baking. That looks like a muffin top. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a piece of bread or... And
Christmas baking, maybe?
I don't know, but they put it right down in front of me. It's not, doesn't look like chocolate, but anyways, that's in my face. Jen's got a body part that's hurting, so she's going in that direction. And they're not giving me any guidance with my pendulum, so...
Oh,
Jen's
pendulum's over here.
I think she's supposed to speak.
Yes.
Yeah, is that part of it? Are you part of the clue, Jen? Is that there's something about not able to be able to speak? Yes, you are. So the general reading is that you're not able to speak up. So are you unable to speak up at this point about something?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Because the food represented, the fact is it's done. It wasn't overcooked. You know, it's the timing is just right. And I tried to get Jen to speak. She wasn't speaking. So that was a sign. So there's something about the fact that you're done and you're ready to speak up. Now, Jen, did you find something?
I did. So the first thing that began, and because I'm an empath, and so I'm able to read your body through my body, which is giving me signs, and the first thing that I had to twinge about was in my boobie, so breast problems. And so then I used there's actually a whole list of what's going on with that. And the energy is around allure issues. They have deep conflicts over their sexual attractiveness, sexuality, seductive projection, and or erotic sensitivity and receptivity. They feel insufficiently feminine or attractive due to devaluing by their family.
Does that make any sense to you at all?
I don't think so, not right now.
Okay.
I've been
Well,
under the weather and ill, and I'm not feeling terribly attractive right now. I've just been really under the weather, and my eyes have been peeling and swelling. So I'm not feeling terribly attractive.
All right. So we're going to look at a little bit more clues. They're going to give us more information.
And so it doesn't have to be right now specifically on this day and time, but ever in your life, has that ever been present?
Oh, I'm getting
I
it.
definitely felt, a long time ago when my ex-husband, I definitely felt not valued or feminine, right? That's absolutely true.
Okay.
But not right now.
Okay, I was trying to figure out when I first saw this idea of a hot cross bun in front of me, okay? And the one thing is do you get nutrition value, but there's also a comfort value because sometimes the smell of yeast causes you to feel at home. So I kept hearing nutrition. And then I thought, okay, so it's done. It's not overdone. It's just right. You having particular breast problems and the idea of not being able to speak up, no. It's about time to speak up. So I got to look for, and there's a part of me I think that is getting to the heart of it. So there's like a heart wall that they're pointing to, which I have to look at. And they said that, it sounds like a strong word, but hatred. Now, there's several different pictures running in my head. You could hate something. You could be watching people outside of you that hates this, hates that, hates little things about you, hates the government, hates this, hates, and there's a part of your body that's just tired and you're just tired of it. You hate it. You don't want it anymore. It's not nourishing anymore. It's like you woke up and realized, wow, I live in this crap all the time. I don't want to do it anymore. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Okay, and what they're pointing out is that your body has started really rejecting that particular family life, or whatever it is that we call family, because it's not always blood. But do people just seem like they're more negative?
It's more of a, not really a work environment, it's just an environment that I've been in, but I'm pretty much finished up with it. Hopefully it won't, hopefully I won't have to deal with it too much.
Okay, so what I have to look at this, so I gotta find out, is this chemical peptides that are just left over? Yes and no. Okay, so what is the no?
Well, I'm just finishing, I'm not out the door yet, but I'm almost out the door. It was a very negative,
That's why it's no.
unpleasant environment, yeah.
Okay,
So
so
anything left over with the
Anything
divorce?
personal, they hated everybody.
no. I feel like you absorbed so much crap from them, and I'm just making sure nothing's going to stick in your body. And I see that something has, and that's why we're just going to want to have to clean it out. Which, with your permission, you're going to say yes if you want us to. Jen will be the proxy or the surrogate, and Scott will. And both of you will work together. And the energy, I feel like there's several different types of energies that have stuck to you during that time. Didn't mean you took them on. It's just that, you know, it's time to, it just give you, like washing the walls in the house. We got to give you a good cleaning. So now I got to help you think about this.
That sounds great.
Okay, and what you got to think about so that we can bring it to the surface is the lack of control. Did you feel that you had lack of control, or people had lack of control, and you watch how people got out of control?
Yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on. You were just kind of, it was just, trench warfare, just having to maneuver around politics and people doing mean things. It was really tiring, really tiring. I've been doing some small baths and trying to do some energy clearing and stuff, but my daughter thinks I'm not the best at it.
There's Bradley Nelson talks about the emotion code. It's an awesome book. You can go online, you can put in the emotion code, and a list will come up. You can use your hand or get some magnets. It's really great information. It works well. I had hip issues, and then after I started to pull out all of the trapped emotions, my pain went away. Now, I thought, I swear I heard you say yes, let's do a healing, and so Jen was working with Scott, and I'm going to check, is there anything still left there? No. Now I got to see if there's another layer. Yes. Rejection. It's like people get violent when they get rejected. Did you see a lot of people get upset when things were rejected, like their ideas and other stuff?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, so Jen will roll again. We only need 3 times. So just think about all this. Look at it, think about the familiarity. Okay, let me check it. And okay, that's gone. Now I'm going to check if there's anything else. No. So, all right, Jen, you can sit down. And now let's look at if there's anything else that we need to tell her. Yes. So Scotty, what I'd like you to do is those pretty little purple cards that are in front of you.
Yes.
I would like you to grab them.
Done.
And I want you to think, and as you think about her and being in that energy field, grab a card out and read it to her. We're going to give you a positive card.
Okay.
Welcoming happiness. Divine love manifesting in me, through me, and around me attracts all that I need for the greatest benefit of my soul. As I work to increase my inner light, I become the emanation of love and joy. Thus, I reap the happiness and beauty of all that I have sown. Interesting.
That's very pretty. Now, what I wanted to do was look at you, and what I did was, as you're focusing on him, you have a broadcast message that is coming off of you. And these are messages that we send out from ourselves. In this case, I can't hear it except for the word horror, is that you just want people to keep their crap to themselves. Now, I don't know exactly what the message is. Like, we gave an example one time. Jen was at a place where she was dancing, and all the energy of that room, everybody was like getting along, and pretty much she was giving off a vibe. Someone told her, do you know you're giving off this vibe that says, leave me alone? And she goes, no, that was not my intention. Now, the old Jen, maybe back in years ago, might have.
Correct.
But it was following her. And so, you know, we ended up taking those broadcast messages off her. So, would you think of anything that would, you know, like, because all I can say is I can hear the word is horror.
You say horror?
Horror.
Horror.
Like scariness.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't say whore. I didn't pronounce it properly, but I didn't say that. And then, so, it's like, I gotta feel this one. It's like blank, but I can feel the broadcast message. It's like, keep your shit off me.
I was feeling absolute horror.
Uh-huh.
From things that I found out about my ex-husband.
Oh.
Pretty horrifying.
Oh, okay.
And then it sort of brought me to, you know, just kind of like opened my eyes and realized what was around me, and it was actually fairly horrifying to me, yeah.
Okay.
And I do feel that way. Just keep your shit off me, you know, I'm going to live my life, you know, you have no right to criticize me, because you guys are all seriously deranged.
Right.
But not all you guys, but there's a huge percentage of people out there with all kinds of crazy-ass issues, and I just, unfortunately, had to sort of open the doors, look at the
It makes sense.
executive washroom and see it all. It was really fairly horrifying.
Okay, so
My dad was a sweetheart.
do you have any lower back pain, problems with keeping your hips in place or lower back in place? You know, do you have to go to the chiropractor?
No, I've been a couple of car accidents. I have had neck and back injuries in the past, but I don't have any back pain. No, I've got some arthritis and I've got an autoimmune issue.
Okay, because I feel like this broadcast message is coming on the right side, on the back somewhere, but what it's doing is I mean, it's really like, it's like your blind spot. It's like covering your blind spot because you're like, oh hell, this ain't gonna ever happen again. And sometimes we can feel physical pain or have bone issues or have muscle issues. So with your permission, we're going to roll, you need to roll up 3 times, and I want you to think about that horror and think about what we just talked about, and all she's going to do is roll up Scott's spine, and we're going to start pulling that, ooh. And what we want to know is, that, or let you know, you are protected, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so let me just double check, and is that broadcast message? No. Okay, so now just imagine you're filling everything with white space, and finally claim your happiness and release them. You're done with them. Now, I feel like we need to give you an answer on something, whether, well, the card that Scott pulled said that that happiness is yours and that you need it, and you got it, and it's there.
Okay.
But I feel like do you have a question about something specific?
Not that I could think of now. I just wanted a general update, and that was very helpful.
Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, Scott, or Jen, read what you just picked.
So the cards that I got were about breath and shape-shifting, and they're both in the positive, so I think that it's breathing into your ability to change within situations, because now that this healing was done, I asked, okay, so what do you just need to know? That it's okay to breathe. You're going to be able to breathe easy, and then you're going to be able to shift, or, you know, sometimes we need to be a chameleon in our life depending on the situations, and, you know, sometimes that can be good, bad, positive, negative, whatever, but that it seems like it's positive that you'll be able to do that maybe with more ease.
Right, and then I drew a card. It's called the Spirit of Place, and it's reversed, and Scott's going to read it to you.
Okay, authenticity is the essence of power. Don't get entangled in details or desires that obscure the truth of your situation. Step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? Even exquisitely seductive hidden agendas cannot conceal this. Trust your intuition. The Spirit of Place is whispering in your ear. You hold the power to tell the truth, first to yourself, then to the world. You can always distinguish between an essence that is true and one that is synthetic. Be honest with yourself and remain willing to let your situation be revealed for what it really is and not for what you want it to be. An apple can't become an orange, just as a dog can never be a bird. Are you trying to change someone or something to suit your agenda? Only when you see things as they truly are will you find the real treasure.
So I think what it is reinforcing that you realize you do not have to romanticize or see the family the way that you thought that they were. You have now opened up and you're like, you know what, I want to stay authentic. They can stay who they are. I respect that, but I do not need to be with them and stick my hand back in the fire. So you're getting reinforced that you're working your way out of it, and it looks like it's a good one. So we're going to send you light and love and prayers your way so that you can just finish getting out of that whole situation. Okay?
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I'm out of it, but I may have, like you said, apparently have some residual energy, I guess.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right,
I
dear.
appreciate it.
Yep, namaste. Okay, so we're going to take a break, and what's next is, who's chat room or the Skype call?
Well, we've got a Skype caller in the chat room, but the chat room says that the library is going to shut them off in 19 minutes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to give extra time for the Skype. What we'll do is we will go down to the chat room, give us a few minutes, and then we'll be right back, and then we'll give you a quick reading, okay? Mountain Diva, hang in there, and Skype call, we appreciate it. Thank you. We'll be back after this. Diva, what we're going to do, you ask a question that's about predicting the future, because we do not know how your day is going to be, but we can tell you that the spirits have said this is what looks at the patterns.
Because they were asking about it, how their holiday day is going to be.
Yeah, so they asked the question, so how's my holiday day going to be? And Jen, you want to go first?
Sure. So the cards I'm using, Wisdom of Avalon cards. So there's a lack of communication. The communication just, so my assumption is that you're going to be with family during this holiday, or family, friends, however it is, the people that you're with, regardless. So the communication just, it's broken, it's not working, it's just, it's in a negative state, and so you rely on luck and your industriousness to get through the situation. It seems like the male energy, regardless whether it's a male person or what, regardless of body parts, the male energy it seems to be the issue as far as they're saying domineering or dominating the communication and the events. But what can help you is the Earth Fairy, the physical health, grounding, and foundation. So your foundation can shift. You can start calling on, you posted a meme on Facebook about grounding therapy. Actually, I don't know if you rub dirt on you, but you get in touch with the earth.
You can go barefoot.
And the elements and that kind of, the elementals around the earth will offer you protection for that day.
Because everything vibrates. I mean, the simple muscle testing, people don't think it does, but there was a t-shirt that had a really nasty negative thing on it, and it interfered with the person's body, so it wasn't muscle testing. The negative was affecting the physical body. And once the t-shirt, the negative symbol and everything was removed, then the body actually started going back to homeostasis. So sometimes when you go outside and you stand and you just listen to the wind or the grass, touch it, smell it, getting in touch with trees, they have a vibration, and that is meant to help you with the elements that you're created of. Now, again, I drew a card that says Sad Embrace. Number 45, it says, you may be entering a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you having to let go of a long-cherished dream. If so, take heart, for the ending may have been for the highest good. Sometimes one door closes and another one opens. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. Relationships based on fatal foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. Now, because it is the holiday season, I'm going to tell you, do not let loneliness make you go back into your misery. I just had somebody that had broken up with his girlfriend. It's been 6 months, and because he's lonely, he let her back in. And now they're back to square one of fighting. And I says, were you lonely? He goes, oh my God, yes. And I go, well, you should do it somewhere else. Or heal it. That's the best thing to do. So, If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises, along with sadness and grief. Express the emotion. And I will tell you, if you use a healing tool and you express it, you will actually release this, so you don't have to keep repeating the sadness. Tears are likely like healing, and then they restore and help you grow. Growth always will come out of it. Now, also the other card that popped up was Sacred Pool. It was upside down. It says, it can be difficult to overcome denial when there's a reward for staying where you are. Now, you watch people end up staying exactly where they are. You're not the rescuer. Please stop. Because it only drags you into that particular feeling and emotion. And, you know, and again, you may be happy as can be, but if you're around certain people and you're supposed to learn a particular lesson of like letting go, that signature that needs to be addressed will appear. If you can't accept love and love yourself, you remain trapped wearing a false mask of victimhood. The benefits of embracing denial and the victim's mask is that you never have to take a risk, real risk. Dimming your light serves no one. Turning away from the truth that is reflected in the stillness of the sacred pool keeps you in denial. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. They're asking you to stand up and just be different this year. And why? Scotty, what's the purpose?
Okay, I drew the speaker card. It says your life purpose involves your skills at oration. This card indicates that your dream of being a professional speaker is more than a dream. You have much to share with others, and the best way to reach your audience is on the speaker's platform. While it's normal to feel intimidated by the process of presenting your ideas in public, the angels see that your life's purpose will help you overcome these fears. In fact, you'll learn to enjoy being a public speaker, according to this card. You may have also received this card because your soul's profession involves some other aspect of teaching or entertainment. For example, you may be destined for acting, dancing, singing, or playing a musical instrument. This card indicates that your purpose involves a public arena, and that you're well suited to bring blessings to a whole wide audience.
So what they're saying is that, yeah, you can be happy as a lamb, but the thing is something's coming to the surface, and somehow winter or Christmas brings that about. So there's a cycle. Something has to be finished in order for you to take that next purpose and to be more happier than where you are now. And so what's going on is, if you look back in the past, if there's any foundation of that, all your soul is saying is, ooh, this is the best time to take care of it, because it's going to show up as a whisper, so you don't have to see it as a bitch slap, so you don't have to hit that proverbial wall.
Okay, so they said that they're in a family that doesn't like psychics, that are judgmental.
Aww.
They don't get lonely. They have lots on the other side, happy, lots of miracles.
Right.
The card represents the past. She's not. This person isn't around them. I left the family a year ago. Not a victim. Yeah, that card is like half a year ago, way over it. And I said, but if the programs aren't healed, then they're going to follow. It's awesome where you are. It's time to heal the past. So the programs shift out. Won't get sad for the card. The card was 1 to half year ago and not looking back.
Okay, so I don't know what they're saying, because the last card that I pulled that was supposed to be a happy card said that, again, something from the past is just going to come up as a whisper and opportunity. Please understand, you may all of a sudden see a reflection of the past just so briefly that you can say, I am not going to go into that habitual response. Now, you physically can do it, you mentally and emotionally may not do it. It can be just a physical response as well.
And sometimes being in that environment may elicit that response that, while normally in our day-to-day we're not going to have it, but when you're in that environment, sometimes it's easy to slip back into those programs, and so that may be an opportunity to say, if that does happen, take a look at it, and then use a healing tool.
So what we're going to do is, the last card says, letting go. Today I leave my fears in the hands of God and regain my inner peace. I know that God is within me and everywhere around me, sending me what is most beneficial for my soul. I'm never alone. God sends His angels to help me face difficulty and without fear, because I know the best is yet to come. Now, your soul wanted to tell you that. The angels wanted to tell you that. And I'm going to say we're done giving that message. To answer your question, will you be happy at Christmas? Yes. Because you're going to make sure it happens, and you're going to surround yourself with people with it. So you may, again, this whisper an opportunity. You may not even notice it, and it'll be slipped right on by. We want you to have a chance for you to have an awesome Christmas, so have one. But if your soul happens to recognize something, know that this is an awesome opportunity for you to just say, okay, what's that fine thing I got to do? I got to tweak something here so that I don't have to to have it build back up into our face. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So, yep, they agree, and so.
All right, and thank you so much, and hopefully we're done so you can get out of the library in time.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And now we are ready for our Skype color.
And Skype caller, you're
Hello.
on the air.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, this is Teresa Mary. I'm in the chat room, and this is the first time I'm listening to your show.
Uh-huh. How can we help you?
And I was wondering if you could help me to understand what is holding me back from my my healing and my intuitive stuff. My health seems to be, every time I try to do something, my health kind of holds me back.
Yes, I know that familiarity. Okay, first of all, my neck started to hurt, and that's the first sign that usually probably there's a heart wall. And heart walls are these specific points in our life that have, something bad has happened, we've marked it and said, oh, well, I'm not giving my heart, I'm not going to put all my into it, my heart's not there, but we end up putting up walls. And that will actually interfere because it's starting to really affect, again, the back of my neck. I'm going to see, is there anything out of place? Nope, they're talking about the blood. Bitterness seems to be around you. Do you have bitter people around you?
Yes.
Okay, that will interfere. What's that?
I wasn't hearing you very well.
Oh.
I've had a little bit of bitterness because I basically was giving and giving and giving to people, and I was feeling taken advantage of.
Okay.
They would complain to me that they don't have money or different things like that, and I would give them like a discount and give them the benefit of the doubt. Basically, I gave them my shirt and they took it and ran away with it and never even gave it back, sort of thing.
Right, right.
So I would give them a discount and then they would go to Hawaii or something. You know what I mean? Like I discount their session from say $200 to $25 because they were complaining they didn't have money, and the following week they go to Hawaii or something like that. So
yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That way.
Yes, and I would say definitely that can actually stop you from actually doing your work, because if you're doing your work and you're intuitive and now the thing I have to, I see it as a heart wall. We do need to release it, but before we can do that, I want to ask your soul, why did this have to occur? Why did this particular thing where this person basically took them for granted and just kind of manipulated you? Why did this happen? And they're saying that that shame.
It wasn't just one. It was many.
Right. Okay. They said that shame works on you.
Oh.
Okay, and they said that this is just a particular pattern because it's linked to when you were a kid, and I just got to figure out when. And it was like 2 years old, and somehow shame worked on you. You gave respect, but somehow you didn't get the respect back. And when, and I gotta hear this correctly.
It's funny because when you had just started in on the bitterness, I got really cold, and the message that I got was left in the cold, isolated. So I wonder if that was.
Now this is interesting. I heard what you said, but now as I'm into her field, there's a message that sits there that says "will to die." It's like sometimes you just wish you were done. That wish you were dead. It's like when I was giving birth and the pain was so bad. It was like I just wish I was dead. Be done now. And they said something about when you were 2 years old. There was this energy. And it wasn't yours, but you could feel how people were just done, or someone was just done, the will to die. And there was a part of you that yearned as a child that said, I need to rescue, I need to help, I need to do this. And then there was like, I keep seeing like you walking around, and shame was so used in the household, and you understood very young the feeling or the nature of what shame does to trigger a response. Are you with me so far? Okay. All right, so there's that will to die, which is not yours, but it's lodged in you to some degree that says, I have to do everything for free, so I save them. At the same time, you keep attracting those that give you shame because that is the nature of the household or something when you were growing up, or whatever that particular period was. Shame was used to get what they wanted. Does this make sense?
Yeah, and she's put a lot of guilt there too.
Yeah, shame and guilt go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So we're looking at this pattern that keeps repeating itself, and you put a heart wall up, but yet the gracious part of you, the respectful part of you, still is going to be authentic and move forward. So, I mean, the pain I'm having in my neck is incredible because you keep sticking it out there and somebody keeps chopping it off. I hate to say that, but that's what I'm getting. And all right, so now I want to ask, I'm asking your spirit, can this be healed? Do I need to have more of this story? Okay, a little bit more of the story, but yes, it can be healed. Okay, that's good. Now, so we know that bitterness is huge. Now, is this kind of the chemical peptides? Are they causing anything in her body? Frustration. And then, of course, that emanates out and still draws them in. Okay, so now I need to write down some things to make sure I'm going to do this correctly. We have shame, that seems to be your trigger, but that also says, it's a cue that says you have to act a certain way. And then I saw the word jealousy, and I swear this is, it's like, how do I put it? You weren't jealous as a kid.
My younger sister was born when
Okay.
I was, almost 3.
Oh, okay. And that would be about right.
So, and I have 2 older sisters, so.
Well, then you know what jealousy is
My
about
older
then.
sisters didn't treat. Pardon me?
You know what jealousy is about then.
Oh yeah, it's big within my sisters.
Okay, so now we see shame is the way forcing you to act. You have jealousy that seems to be in your face somehow, some way, and that ends up being the first heart wall. Now, with your permission, I'm going to ask if it's okay that we start doing healing for you from a distance. Okay? Yes? Yes?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Scott and Jen are going to do the healing. And the first thing you're going to work on is I want you to think about the jealousy and how you just don't want to play in the part of it, but it's always happening and it's rampant.
So do you, oh God,
3 times.
because all of a sudden I am just super duper tired, and I know that can be a checkout. We have someone in our world that will do that during family functions. If there's a lot of family around, it's a socially acceptable way to just, oh, I need to go lay down, I need to go put my head down. Is that something that you've
Checkout process.
done?
I used to do that a lot when I was younger, and I've been sleeping lots lately.
Okay.
And tired of the drama. I really don't speak with my sisters and my father, and just speak with my mother a little bit because it's just
Stay there.
it's tiring.
Yes, and that's part of the checkout process, the will to die. It doesn't mean you want to die, it just means I don't want to be here.
I just want it to be done.
So now I've got to say,
Yeah.
I want you to roll it 3 times. Now you think about that while she's doing this. Okay, so now what about the, okay, let me check you. Is it there? No. Okay. So now I need to check to see if this is bitterness. Can we get it out now? No. Okay, what do I need to look at? Does this make you not want to participate in future events when they act like that?
I don't.
Okay. So now I want you to notice how you don't. Okay. So notice how you don't. I ain't gonna. All right. So now while you focus on that, huh?
I'm taking myself social, I stay home a lot and don't
Rule
go
3.
out much.
Okay.
The last couple of years because I'm just tired of seeing that around me also.
Exactly.
And feeling more of people being competitive and it to me it's
Rejection.
catty.
3.
And I don't participate.
Right. Okay. So I've had, she's rolling out bitterness and rejection. And is there any more bitterness, any more rejection? Okay. So, I gotta look. I feel just a little bit twinged left. And I need to investigate. So Jen, sit down for a minute. And
So was there anything with, I mean, I just got really ice cold at the beginning of the reading.
Baby.
What'd you say, hon?
25 up here.
Oh, it's cold out there.
Minus 25 up here in Canada with the wind chill on top of that. So it is cold, but I felt left out in cold recently.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so the coldness, according to this, we hold pictures and images in our mind, and these are, the subconscious mind will attempt to fulfill these pictures, and it actually will misdirect you and make you behave differently, force you to go a different direction, and I'm trying my best to see the pictures. And so now all I can hear is, picture this. It's like the only way that you can survive is you have to actually picture this on a beautiful sunrise, and you have to talk yourself into a happy space. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I got to figure out what they want me to do with this. Do you want me to have her heal that out? No. Just notice that she has to use imagery in order to stay safe and healthy. Oh. Well, and now I need to know what can we remove so that she doesn't have to feel like she has to, the fear of safety and that she has to be sick. They're saying, good question. Alrighty, thank you for asking.
That's why I'm asking.
It's the attention. It's part of the primal needs. You didn't get the proper attention when you were younger, and so you didn't feel safe, and you didn't feel, what was the second word I used? Safe and protected, is that what I said?
I was sexually abused as a child.
Okay, that came up when I saw abuse, but I wasn't for sure. Okay, that would make sense. Now that, I gotta help you, okay, I gotta ask you, so do you want her to heal it now? What do you want her to do exactly, since that primal need's not met? Well,
I'm
there.
doing all kinds of shaking inside.
Okay, so we're going to be doing something a little different. Okay. Well, this is what I call hope therapy. Okay, normally I give you a code. You have to go to the website, look at the video, so you understand that the code represents that you're going to be a hand placement.
And since you're in the chat room, I'm going to be putting that website in the chat room.
Yeah, she's going to put a link in there.
Okay, great.
Now, when you get there, you're going to look under Healing Tools, or well, she maybe give you the whole link. You're going to look for Hope Therapy.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to notice that the main thing, the topic that they want you to focus on is how you're shocked all the time. So what happens, your body goes into particular shock. Every time the abuse was about to occur, something would trigger it. And shame somehow locks the key system in there. Ooh, it's causing me not to be able to digest there. Hold on.
It was shame because when I was abused, my older sister came in and found us.
Oh, okay, knowing that, think of those images, because those are the images that are actually affecting you too. No, I get it. So your code is going to be R3S. R represents you're going to hold the right wrist with your left thumb in the third position of the pulse point. And the S, you're going to push your thumb soft. So it's R3S. Your finger's going to go in the middle of the palm. And the first thing you're going to do is you have to go back, and I know that you do it to some degree, go back to the shock that it's not happening, but the shock that you guys got caught. You understand what I'm saying? The door opens, the image of, I don't know if it was the horror on their face, but there was a part of you that knew it was wrong, but you could manage the abuse, but when another person came into play to see it, all of a sudden you couldn't be able to process what the hell is going on because you weren't really rescued. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, she didn't rescue me.
Yeah, and so
there was so there was judgment, or all of a sudden, if you didn't know that it was wrong what you were doing by her reaction, then you knew that it was wrong.
But at that age, you learn to cope and deal with the abuse that's occurring by checking out, and but then when somebody else saw it, where you could have actually had a release to be saved, and in this case, this person didn't, and this person didn't speak up, and it just was too much. You couldn't handle that. It was just like the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you did not know how to process that on top of what the hell you were already going through. So, they're telling me they want you to hold R3S, and they want you to just kind of recreate those moments because they're pictures and they're stuck in your head.
And so I wonder if, on some level, if the sister was, we were looking at jealousy, and if there's a twisted jealousy from that situation.
Well, there is to some degree, because it's all about the fact that there was not enough attention.
To her too.
But see, it's about the attention.
So if the person was doing it to your sister and then stopped doing it, then did it to you, then that's where some of the twisted jealousy may come from.
See, it doesn't make sense sometimes in a logical adult mind, but to a child, it's all about acceptance, love, and everything else. And if all you're going to get is abuse as a form of acceptance and love, then it can be twisted. I have this family member that can't understand why the two other siblings got abused and she didn't get sexually abused, and it was a big mess. Everybody went to court, and so she's trying to defend her father, but at the same time there was a part of her, it's like, well, why didn't you touch me? It's not that she wanted it, it's just
that attention
it just doesn't make sense in the head. But there's nothing wrong with it, it's confusing, and it go back to the age of when it happened. The other healing tool is called the sensory system accessing. Now, what I want you to understand is that I'm going to have to ask you to hold. We're going to take a quick little break, and then I'll come right back. And Jen's going to put some stuff into the chat room so you can understand what you have to hold and where you need to look. And we'll be back as soon as she pushes the word play. Now we're back, and we appreciate you waiting. No, click it. I'm waiting for you.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And so, the sensory system accessing, the part of what they were talking about image-wise, not only when you hold R3S are you going to be able to think and understand the topics, don't go full-fledged unless you can and you want to, but you're going to be, there's a part of you that's like you can't figure it out. It's like you got stuck. I can't figure it out. You're like, what the hell? I can't figure it out. I mean, the door opens, this happens, you can't figure it out. Now, you're going to be moving past that, but before you can really move past that, look and stare at those images in your head. Get them out of your head. Now, I'm going to help you move faster through this because they told me that it's best to help, direct you in it. And so real quick, what I need you to do if you want to play is to give me permission, but what you're going to do is we're going to be looking at pictures through your eyes, and I'll direct you through how to do that. If you don't want to, that's fine. I have a video, and on the website you can do it yourself. So, it's up to you. Yes or no?
No, that'd be great to help me, assist me with that.
Okay.
I do lots of visual, I can see lots. So
okay, so what we're going to do...
when I work on people, so I understand the whole concept.
Awesome. So what we're going to do is that we're going to ask the guides to just help you pull up a memory that seems to be an image picture, and then when you feel like you have something from the past, tell me when you have that picture.
Okay.
Okay, so which eye are you looking through?
My right eye.
Okay, so if you cover up your left and you're looking through your right eye, what number, and is this a bad memory or a good memory?
Bad.
Good, that's what I want you to look at a bad. On a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, oh my God, can be 10 plus, what number?
It was 10 plus.
And the color, please, just give me a color that could represent it.
Red.
All right. So
reddish orange.
All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to preserve all the positive learnings. And we're going to tell the subconscious mind that we're going to just take and put all those positive learnings in that special place. So since you're done learning everything that you need to, you're going to start to remove and transcend and let it all go. All the negativity is just going to start pulling. All the dross, all the stuff starts to remove and transcend. 1, 2, 3. I want you to cover up your right eye and then look through the picture, everything, through just the left eye. Take everything and look through just the left eye.
She started with the right, so
Yeah,
do
so
you
you wanna
switch as you went?
Yeah, you switch.
And then
Right,
it'd be left.
correct.
Okay, for me, I can remember. So as you look through the the left eye, as you cover up the right, what number and color do you have?
Very hard to see with the left eye with the whole thing.
What about a feeling nature? Is there any familiarity, negativity, anything that's still left?
You know, it seemed very distant.
Okay.
When I was looking through the left eye, it was almost like I couldn't see it through the left eye.
All right, so would there be any number or color?
5 and gray.
Okay, so that's good that you can see that. So what we're going to do is we know that 5 and gray is a hell of a lot better than 10 plus red. So we're going to preserve all the positive learnings, and we're going to choose, yes, we are going to accept that this 5 and this gray, and then we're going to just start to let the rest go. And then all of a sudden we're saying, you know what? If that's 5 and gray, and that's a heck of a lot better than 10 plus, how about if I preserve all the positive learnings one more time, and let's take that distance, let's take all that stuff, let's take that gray, let's take that, whatever it is that's making up that it still has to be there. We're going to start to remove and transcend and let it go. And we're going to put the treasure chest across the room. We're going to just do what we need to do up close, whatever we need to do. But 1, 2, 3, you're going to switch eyes. Now cover up the right eye, please.
Okay.
Yeah, wait a minute. Which?
No, cover up the
left eye.
and look up the right eye.
Yeah. And as you look out through the right eye, take everything that we were looking at. Now look just through the right eye, and any color or number.
Oh yes, it's definitely changed. Now it's more of a bluish green, and it's come down to a 3.
That's a heck of a lot better. Awesome. Alrighty, so we're going to preserve all the positive learnings, and the question I always ask at this point, is it okay to let the other person get away with it?
Yes.
Okay, because it's without realizing that the reason we hang on to things that we say we forgive is because there's a part of us going, oh my God, you know, something wasn't resolved. It was, you know, injustice, resentment, all this. But as you decide to let it go, now all of a sudden you realize, now tell me, when you're looking at this, is it inside or outside of you?
It's definitely outside.
Is it far away or up close?
Far away.
Far away? All right, and then does it have color?
Yeah.
Or is it black and white?
Actually, it was black and white, yes.
All right, so we're going to give it some color, and we're going to move it. Now, let me ask you a question. Was it a still picture, or was it like a movie?
It was like a movie, and
Okay.
then it stopped
Okay.
at that point after the door opened.
Okay, and so what's going to happen is that you're going to decide that you're going to take still shots, because you said it was like a movie first, and you're going to take those and have individual still shots, and then when it became still, you're going to have it in a movie. So you're going to shove all those still shot pictures completely out the door and into the treasure chest, because you're going to be done. You're going to let it go. Does this feel good, bad, or indifferent?
Okay.
All right, so what I want to know is that as you start to let it go, now you tell me, is it on the left side in front of you, on the right? Where is it located as you're looking at it?
It was on the right side because I had to turn my head to the right.
Okay.
And see.
All right, so now what we're going to
Because
do,
she was kind of behind.
okay, so anything then, as you're looking to the right, I want you to take and swoosh it to the left. Does that feel good, bad, or indifferent?
Indifferent, but yeah, I have to kind of force it that way.
Okay, So we're going to just allow, and you're going to keep doing it, and you're going to just start to remove and transcend, let it all go. And it's going to go in the treasure chest, and you keep swooshing it to the left, swooshing it to the left, swooshing it to the left. And as you do so, you're going to actually feel it release. And all of a sudden, you can decide if you're done. Yes?
Yes, now it's done.
Okay. Now, all you have to do is, we're going to preserve all the positive learnings, and 1, 2, 3, you are going to now look everything through the left eye. And is there any color or number?